How important is skincare to you? Are you conscious about its ingredients, more concerned with its packaging, aware of its impact on the mental health of young adults? These are all important things to think about when purchasing products, especially cosmetics. For centuries, the cosmetic industry has fooled the consumer into believing their product is superior compared to other products, when in reality, it's all false advertisement and strategic marketing. Manufacturers in the cosmetic industry have fooled the consumer with their advertising, which in turn has taken a toll on the mental health of many young adults, specifically women. They claim to add what's known as an XY ingredient or magical technology, which are really basic ingredients every brand uses. What's shocking about these ingredients and the claims these big companies put out is that the studies done on their products are privately funded and rarely available for the public to view. It's important to be conscious of when you're being manipulated by the industry because these are products people spend their hard earned money on. It's also important to recognize this because these advertising tactics have been shown over the years to negatively impact the mental health of many individuals. So, the cosmetic industry has a very specific target audience, which is young women as well as smokers and individuals who are overweight. Their goal is to try to convince the consumer that their problems can be fixed by one product. This is done by specific advertising, which for years has been successful in tricking the average consumer into believing that by using their product, they can achieve the look of the models in their campaign photos. The catch is these campaign photos are all Photoshop, touched up and presented and present a false reality. After reviewing a scholarly article on the beauty industry's influence on women in society, it had revealed that because of the Photoshop models in these advertisements, society has created an impossible standard of beauty, which in turn has led to feelings of inadequacy among women. As someone who used to be heavily influenced by the cosmetic industry, I can say that as a young girl, first experiencing puberty and developing things like acne, it was extremely frustrating to see advertisements of these women with perfectly clear skin and trying out the products to see that the results were nowhere identical to the ones I was shown. Aside from the impacts these big corporations have on young adults' mental health, part of the marketing of these cosmetic lines is pushing new technology or new ingredients. On new product releases, companies will promote their XY ingredient, as described in the book Bad Science by Ben Goldacre. He describes what's called the Progenum XY complex. These are supposedly new magical ingredients that make you look youthful and will cure all your problems. The ingredients in these products have been massively watered down by law and are still a selling point for these companies as if they play a vital role in their creams. Some of the common ingredients used are alpha hydroxy acids, vegetable proteins, as well as vitamin A and C. Although using an ingredient like alpha hydroxy acid might sound effective, it can actually be quite harmful to the skin at high concentrations, as they cause irritation, redness, and burning. But like I had previously just mentioned, due to regulations, they have been watered down by law, so they don't really play a role in the product. Vegetable proteins are essentially long, soggy chains of amino acids. When the cream dries on your face, these soggy chains contract and tighten, which in turn gives that temporary tightening sensation one feels on their face after application. This effect is only temporary and has no long-term effect on finding wrinkles. Now you might be thinking, okay, alpha hydroxy acids and vegetable proteins don't work. Vitamin A surely must be good for the skin. Well, yes, vitamin A does have plenty of health benefits, just not when it comes to cosmetics. Vitamin A, in its active form, is tetroin, actually causes burning, flaking, and redness to the skin. Companies still include these ingredients on the label and pretend they work magic on the consumers. And what's interesting is the studies and results from their clinical trials are rarely available for the public to access and show no long-term effects. In one article on the cosmetic industry, they described that the studies done on these creams are measured as a surrogate marker. These are clinical trials as defined by the ncbi.gov as a laboratory measurement or physical sign that is used in therapeutic trials as a substitute for a clinically meaningful endpoint that is a direct measure of how patients feel, function, or survives as an expected to predict the effect of therapy. These trials are not cohort or long-term studies. Therefore, the claims made about the lasting effects of these creams cannot be drawn from these clinical trials done on few participants chosen. Along with this, manufacturers don't submit these creams for testing to a university dermatology lab or even publish academic papers on them. This is due to the extremely heavy price tag that comes along with doing so, about $472 of testing per pot of cream. So really, how many pots of cream is a company willing to test in order to put out a conclusive statement and not break the bank? It is very important that the general public know what they are spending their hard earned money on, as well as recognizing that everything is centered around profits. These large corporations will fabricate and alter campaign images in order to sell their product. They use basic and watered down ingredients, but advertise it as new and improved, while they can all be actually irritants to the skin. The studies of their products are also extremely subjective, small, and kept away from the public. The industry is money hungry. They will do anything to win you over. The XY complex is their main selling point. The next time you are thinking about buying a new cosmetic product, do your research and look into the product testing and the ingredients they use in their products. Thank you very much.